What up, family? It's your buddy G30. What the f? It's your buddy G30. I am the G35 now. I am the G. What up, guys? It's your buddy Aaron here, and welcome back to another G35 video. Appreciate you guys for tuning in on this video because it's something super exciting, and I say that every single video because we got nothing but exciting content for you guys here on the Aaron Newman channel. So if you guys are new here, hit that subscribe button because we got a bunch of content, and dog, I am trying to make a video here. Thank you. Anyway, guys, no, I've been waiting for this video for a long time, specifically this video, because I could not wait to see my new Akebono. Not really new, actually. I resurrected them out of the old crashed G35. I had the Akebono swap on there, and I kind of half-assed it. My e-brake wasn't working, and the paint didn't really look too good, so when we went ahead and painted the engine bay in our new, not really new, but in our Frankenstein G35, we went ahead and took advantage of that engine bay paint, and we also painted the calipers with them. So they are definitely able to withstand the heat. We only went ahead and painted like the face of them. It came out really good. You guys saw at the beginning of the video. In the sunlight, it looks amazing, but when you have it over here and just kind of all tucked away, some of them are really dirty too. We got some water spots on this one. But the paint is pretty much made to hold up to like 600 degrees, which, I mean, these do get really hot, and honestly, I kind of just Hail Married it, so I'm gonna see how long the paint actually lasts. But they've been sitting here collecting dust for a long time. They were actually inside of the crash car, and then when I had everybody over for New Year's, we were like smashing the windshield. We're all getting pretty lit. Anyway, we're smashing the windshield, and a bunch of the glass got on top of the paint and everything while it was kind of curing. So I just kind of let it sit for a while, and then I went and blew it off with an air gun. Most of it came off, but I kind of hit the tip of the air gun on the front of this caliper right here. So there's like 2 little chips in it. It's whatever. It looks really good when you look at it in the sun and in the light, and when you're not like super close to it, but honestly, it still looks really good super close. I'm not gonna lie. I'm really happy with the way that they came out, and it was a nice result for just a Hail Mary I decided to do. So as you guys can see, I got all the 4 calipers right here, Akebonos. We got 4 pistons in the front, 2 pistons in the back. These are the adapters that we're going to be using for the front. I forgot the name of them. I'm going to leave it right here for the name of the adapters. Yeah, they work really well. They clear everything and they bolt right up. The only thing that you have to cut is going to be the backing plate for the rotors. Now you're probably asking me, yo Aaron, why do you got 6 rotors here? You got 6 wheels on the G? No, I don't got 6 wheels on the G. I was gonna explain to you guys what the correct rotor is for your G35 or 350Z if you guys are doing an Akebono swap. These are the rear rotors that came off of a Q60. These are the rear rotors that come off of a G37. And these are the front rotors that came off of the Q60. The front rotors are good. They're pretty much the same as the G37 and the 350Z. Front rotors are 14 inches. That's the outside diameter. The rear rotors, these two are both 13.8 inches or 350 millimeters, which is the exact diameter that I need. But the difference between these 2 rotors is the inner diameter. Break out the handy dandy measuring tape. So you guys can see on the Q60 rotor, we're looking at about 7.5 inches on the inner diameter. This is way too big for our e-brake to even fit. We cannot even adjust the shoes to the maximum point for them to fit the inside of this. So if you guys are gonna be running a Q60 rotor, your e-brake will not work. But guys, I have been searching everywhere to find out where the correct rotor is for the G35 Akebono swap to actually use your e-brake. And it turns out it's just a simple G37 rear rotor. All you need is to get rear rotors off of a G37 that have the Akebonos. They're the perfect outer diameter, 350 millimeters, and then on the inner diameter, instead of 7.5 inches, you're looking at about 6 3/4. So it makes the inner diameter a lot smaller so that you can fit your G35 or 350Z's brake shoes in there and use your e-brake. A little bit of surface rust on here because I just cleaned it off with some brake cleaner and then some water, so that's okay. That'll go away when we start using them. These are the front rotors I got off of the Q60 that I got with my Akebono swap. I'm not going to be using these rotors because obviously I want to use my e-brake. And yeah, these I just went ahead and resurfaced them, so they came out really good. I painted the inside, and we're gonna go ahead and slap everything together. So if you guys are getting an Akebono swap from like Craigslist or eBay or something like that, make sure you get the rear rotors out of a G37, or just make sure that they measure about 6 3/4 inches. So yeah, the brakes in my car right now are terrible. They be squeaking. The pedal is super soft. It goes all the way to the floor. I don't know if I have more of a problem like with the brake booster, but honestly, I just need to get all new fluid in there. I need to get all these new calipers in there, all new rotors, new brake pads, all that good stuff, and then I'm gonna really feel how it feels. But I kind of have this issue whenever I turn off the car, my brake pedal goes all the way to like the top. It just, you hear it, and it's like, dude, What are you doing? So if you guys know what that is indicating, if there's something failing in there, let me know down in the comments. It might be a brake booster or something like that. I honestly have no idea. Maybe a master cylinder. I don't know, but I'm gonna go ahead and put this big brake kit on today. I'm gonna see if there's any difference, and then we're gonna go from there. Seriously guys, we're about to roast these brakes. Like, first of all, drilled and slotted. Honestly, I don't like to go with the drilled because it does make the rotor a little bit more weak, even though the airflow is okay. Slotted for sure. I like slotted. It keeps, you know, brake dust, excess brake dust, and it gets it out of the rotor by making it come out of here. So I like the slots, but I don't like the drills. And I went with some OEM blanks with no slots or drills because it's the cheapest method right now. You know, with this whole coronavirus situation going on, you know, got to keep our social distancing, and I also got to keep my budget a little bit lower. So I went ahead with the blanks. So don't hate me for that. Maybe in the future, if they get warped or if we beat the crap out of them, then we'll go with some slotted ones because they look awesome. But for now, we're gonna be rocking some blanks with the super nice Akebono swap. Dude, what you doing over there, bro?
Slime, bro.
Now you're slime. What are you? Hey, what's on your face?
Fighting the violence.
Look at this super awesome job, by the way, guys. I wanted to show you guys my awesome job with the clutch line. Went ahead and fabricated my own like tabs here to make sure that everything's bolted in. It's not rubbing on anything because it was rubbing before. Also, my hood latch release cable is nice and fastened and not in the wheel, so nice and tightened down. I'm getting everything ready so that I can make this trip over to Tampa. If you guys don't know, I'm gonna be going to Tampa to see Martin over at RS Enthalpy. He's gonna be the one tuning my G35. Super stoked. He's been getting me a lot of pointers and he's been helping out a lot with the build, so shout out to Martin. Yeah guys, it's gonna be like a 4-hour drive, so I gotta make sure everything on the G is perfect before I go. And that's why I did the diff bushing in the last video. That's why we're doing the brakes right now. And yes, you guys can finally stop complaining because we're gonna be taking care of that intake filter in the next video. We're actually be building our new cold air intake setup with the admin tuning intake. So it's gonna be super interesting, just like I did last time, but it's gonna be a lot less ghetto. So definitely stay tuned for that, but let's get into this Akebono brake swap, and I'm gonna show you guys what you pretty much need to cut, what you guys need to do in order to fit the new rotors. Alright guys, something I wanna show you guys that's really important for your Akebono swap coming from the normal stock G35 calipers. So this is a banjo bolt that will fit into an Akebono caliper, and then this is a banjo bolt that fits into your stock caliper. The difference that there is between these two is just really the length. The thread pitch and the hole and everything is all the same, but what you're gonna have to do when you're swapping over your Akebono calipers is pretty much take your stock banjo bolt that plugs into the caliper in the front only, and you're gonna wanna shave it down just a little bit, maybe like 4 or 5 threads just to meet it with this little banjo bolt here. And then what I did on the inside, I went ahead and took a drill bit and just kind of drilled in and kind of made it like a cone shape to make it a little bit easier for the fluid to travel through there, because it's good for banjo bolts, you know. Unfortunately, with my last Akebono swap, I did lose one of the bolts, so I'm gonna take this one as a stock bolt. I'm gonna go ahead and do the same. I'm gonna go ahead and shave it down. I got a little angle grinder, and I'm gonna show you guys how I do that now. Alright guys, so I just went ahead and put my bolt right here in a vice grip. I really should have 2 bolts that can go on here and kind of just mark how much I need to take off, but I don't have any bolts that fit this bolt right here, so I'm just gonna kind of eyeball it. I'm just gonna do about 4 or 5 threads in, try to match it up with that other bolt, and I'm gonna be using my angle grinder. Sorry neighbors. Alright, first time using an angle grinder, not too bad. Not the best cut ever, but I'm gonna go ahead and sand off that like extra thread that's on there, and should be good. So we're gonna wanna get the compressed air and blow off all of this extra metal and whatnot after shaving all this down to make sure there is no metal in there. Can't have any metal in our braking system. But before we do that, we're gonna go ahead and drill and try to make that nice little cupping in there. But before we do that, let's see if it even plugs into our caliper. Alright guys, so on the first cut, I kinda screwed it up a little bit. It's a little bit shorter than the other one, but it really, it's got enough threads to keep it nice and tight, so it shouldn't make a huge difference. So after I used the angle grinder to kind of grind down that last bad thread, I just took my wire wheel and put it on my Dremel and just kind of use that to clean this up, make sure there's no extra like shards of metal and whatnot.
Wanna go inside? Wanna go inside? Say hello to the vlog, Skippy Peanut. Peanut, what are you doing? She's smelling you guys. Alright, come on. So yeah guys, here's my Dremel. It's a little tiny wire wheel that's super like worn out, but it worked and it made this bolt nice and smooth. Alright, so now we're gonna go ahead and drill it and just make that cone shape. I'm starting with this larger drill bit so I can make kind of a bigger like cone circle in there, and then we'll move to a smaller drill bit. super dangerous using my hand. Don't ever do this. Check it out, so we got a nice little like cone shape forming in there. I'm just gonna take a smaller drill bit, make it a little bit deeper in the center. So now we're just gonna blow out all of our excess metal that's in there. Alright guys, we're finally ready to start tearing this thing up. So alright guys, so we're gonna go ahead and tear up the front first. We're gonna go ahead and remove this brake caliper. We got 2 caliper bolts that are holding the entire caliper bracket caliper together. We got 2 19 bolts right here and here. And then we got our banjo bolt that's right here that we're gonna have to remove and take the whole caliper off. We're gonna leave a little drain pan underneath because some fluid is definitely gonna be dripping out. And the brake fluid on this car is super dirty. It seems like they've never changed it before. So we're gonna be benefiting a lot from changing that fluid. The fluid that we're gonna be using is this Prestone .3 brake fluid. Pretty much what I use in the clutch as well. Alright guys, we're gonna start by removing the front calipers here. We're gonna be removing the entire bracket itself. So it's just 2 bolts. It's just 2 22mm bolts. One's right here, the other one's over here. And then we got our banjo bolt that we're gonna have to remove. I think it's a 12mm, so it should be pretty easy. And then we'll take the rotor off and then, yeah. So there's our washer that we can use. No! No! You're not allowed to fall. Alright guys, so we got our entire hub pretty much nice and accessible. So we have our backing plate right here. Good thing in the front, you don't have to cut the entire rim because it's already pretty much a straight backing plate. It doesn't come over and onto the rotor. So all we have to do is just make sure that this part right here that's kind of sticking out, this little lip right here, we just got to take a straight line, kind of cut it down right here, and then we should have enough room to put our bracket and our Akebono calipers. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the angle grinder and get a nice cut on there. Droid, I'm gonna go put on a long sleeve, cause f this. Alright, I think I'm good now. Thank God that is over. Alright, so we got our Voodoo 13 brake caliper adapters. These are supposedly the best for our setup with the Akebonos. So we're gonna go ahead and install our adapter right now. Alright, check it out. So on the Voodoo adapter, you pretty much have to make sure that this little half moon is like lined up with this little circle right here, and then go ahead and tighten it, because once you tighten it, well, obviously once you put the rotor back on, you're not gonna be able to tighten it again. So gotta make sure that that half moon is facing directly towards the center of the circle so that we can fit our new caliper on there, and then we have to tighten it, making sure that that half moon stays in that same spot. Nice. Alright guys, so everything test fitted good. I got the Akebono brake caliper in there nice and tight. We got the new rotor on there. I'm just going to go ahead and take the caliper now. We're going to go ahead and load it up with some brake pads, put the shims and the rods in there, and we should be good to go ahead and put it on. So we got a new brake pad right here. Ooh, check it out, dude, it's looking so good. It's looking super good. So yeah guys, all I had to do was compress. I just had to put the brake pad onto the brake pistons and just use my hand to kind of compress them and get all of the fluid out of the caliper and compress it so that we were able to fit it right onto the rotor. Alrighty guys, so we pretty much got everything like all set up as far as this front left caliper. Camera is dying. I'm gonna go ahead and charge it right now. We're pretty much just gonna do the same exact thing on the other side. No point in showing you guys the same thing. But I wanted to show you guys because I'm pretty proud of myself for actually putting them on the right way this time with the bleeder valve up, because you know bubbles do go up when you bleed. And yeah, last time when I installed the Akebono calipers, you guys probably remember, if you guys are an OG, it was actually like a year ago. Yeah, like a good year ago. Anyway, I totally installed them on the wrong side and the bleeder valve was on the bottom, and I was going crazy trying to bleed the system and figure out what the heck my problem was. Then I realized I just had to swap the calipers. But we put them on right this time, and they're looking so nice right now. I can't wait to see what they look like with the wheel on, and I can't wait to see how they feel while driving. So I'm gonna go and tear up that other side, and then we're pretty much gonna switch over to the rears.
Alright guys, so we got both of the fronts done right now. We're going to be moving over to the rears, and I was just getting all the calipers set up and ready to go. For the fronts, it was a little difficult. I don't have the compression tool to compress these pistons here, so I just put a pad in there and I used my hands to kind of push it, get all the fluid out. The rears were really easy, so I just went ahead and knocked those out real quick. We do have the front ones installed. They're looking so good. I can't wait to see how they feel. Anyway guys, so I just wanted to compliment this Weaver Platinum Professional brake pads that I got from Advanced Auto Parts. They smell like shit, but that's pretty much every brake pad or ceramic brake part. They are ceramic brake pads, and they're the Platinum Professionals, so they do come with that brake shim that goes on the back of the pad. They have these little warning marks so that when you get low, it is gonna squeal at you. And what I love is that they came with some grease as well as the pin hardware that you need to install your new pad. So they're going to be sliding on this brand new pin pretty much with the grease, and hopefully there'll be no squealing and no noise, and everything will work nice and smoothly. So I'm not going to be showing you guys what you have to go through in this video, because when I replaced my rear axle hubs, I left the hub as well as the axles all together. So my backing plate from when I did the Akebonos on the last G35 is already cut. This is the backing plate that actually does come up and cover over the rotor. So you're gonna have to take your Dremel or your angle cutter, your angle grinder, and go ahead and cut off the entire lip that folds over pretty much. Since I already have that done, luckily I do not have to go ahead and do that again. And the rear calipers do not need any brackets. They actually bolt right in, and they fit perfect. So the only thing we're gonna have to do is just go ahead and take the 10mm, unhook this brake line right here, and then we'll be able to take out this clip, and then we can install our, well, then we can remove this caliper, and then we can install our new one. So let's go ahead and do all that. Alright guys, so luckily this G37 rotor is actually the same inner diameter as our G35 one at 6 3/4 of an inch. So our e-brake setup should work. We're gonna go ahead and test it out right now. Yeah dudes, we're looking good. That's awesome. Now all we gotta do is grab the caliper and go ahead and hook it up. Yo, so we got one of the rear calipers on. It's looking badass. It's a little dark, so it's a little hard to see. I'm gonna go ahead and just connect both of the rear calipers. I'm gonna get everything pretty much ready to bleed, and then I'm gonna meet you guys in a second when we're getting ready to bleed it. What up everybody? So it's actually the next day. Got some nice daylight out here for you guys. We're gonna go ahead and start the bleeding on the brakes, but I am gonna need a second person to help me out. We actually have a subscriber. He's on his way over right now. He's gonna help us pretty much press the brake pedal while we are bleeding each and every Akebono brake. And I'm gonna be forcing him to do this because he reached out to me. He's like, bro, I'm trying to do an oil change on my Subaru and I don't have any jack stands or anything like that, but I know how to do it and everything. Can you help me do my oil change? I'm like, bro, what the fuck do I look like? Of course I'll help you do your oil change, but you gotta help me do my brake bleed, so. So he's coming over right now. You guys are gonna meet Aiden. Pretty cool guy. But I'm gonna put that boy to work.
Oh shit, what we got right here? What you got, bro? What's good, dude? Yo, come right here.
Sorry, Nate, you're gonna have to hold on. He's gonna back it in.
What is that?
This is some Subaru shit, bro. I don't know what that is. What is that? That's Subaru boys, let me know. You guys approve of that?
What's good, dude?
Dude, it's hot as f out here. Your car said 106?
Yeah, when I got in the car.
Jesus Christ.
It was sitting in the sun. So
What's up, bro? How you doing, man?
Good, how are you?
Damn, you're taller than me. I was looking at this. What's going on with the pink?
So, that's the original, like, Impreza badge when they first came out.
Really?
Yeah.
It's
It's like an overlay.
So it's an eye.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Good
See, I
temporary.
saw you had it on the wheel, too. Dude, this thing is clean. What year is it again?
2018.
2018. Nice. Got them rain guards. Oh, you got the JDM boys up there. So, yeah, I was telling them I'm going to be putting you to work. You know, you're going to ask me to do your oil change. I was like, yo, who the f does he think I am? Just do oil changes for people? I'm putting this boy to work. No. No, I'm just playing, bro.
The G, not just
It's the G. It's the legendary G.
I saw this.
Yeah, dude. It's so funny. Everyone thinks that that's actually from the accident, but it's not. This was like when I had to build my box, I had to fit this in there, and I just took a hammer and I beat on it. Actually, I'm gonna throw in that clip right now so everybody sees that shit, but yeah.
How come you don't make like a duct here? Like, you can probably fabricate
That's
something.
exactly what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna get a 4-inch circle saw. I'm gonna cut right here.
Gotta feel that clutch, bro.
Oh, my knees are hitting the steering. Oh, that's like mine.
Really?
Yeah.
Yours is that heavy?
Yeah, mine's really heavy.
What? I'm about to hop in there.
What?
High idle.
Yeah, it's check engine light. It's gonna idle high. Plus, it's cold start.
All right, guys, so while breathing the brakes, we're gonna need to keep the engine running. So we're gonna keep it running for now. I'm gonna go ahead and put this tube on the little bleeder valves on the rear brakes. We're gonna start with the rear right, the front left, then the front right, then the rear left. We're gonna start bleeding them from the inside bleeder valve nipple and then to the outside. I'm gonna show you guys right now.
We have the outer nipple that's right here, and then we have the inner nipple that's gonna be right behind this bolt. It's right here. That's gonna be a 10mm flat wrench. I'm just gonna take it over here. We're gonna leave it tight. What he's gonna do is pump it 5 times, and then on the 5th time he's gonna hold it, and I'm gonna open and close the bleeder valve, and we're gonna see a lot of air bubbles. And I mean, we're probably not gonna see it because it's a black hose, but it's all gonna pretty much drip down into that cup right there. So let's do it.
So I'm gonna be doing 3 5 pumps, hold. We're gonna open and close the bleeder valve on the inside, and then we're gonna do another 3 on the outside. Then they want us to go ahead and do it again on the inside, probably do 2 of them, and then do it again on the outside, just to be sure. Then we're gonna move to the next caliper. Yo guys, anyway, so we just finished the whole bleeding as far as the Akebono brake kit we did on the front and the rear of the G35. Everything's all set. I'm super stoked. It's working. We had to put it in gear while it was up on the jack stands, and we were able to put the brakes on. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull it out right now. We're gonna give it a test drive. We're gonna kind of wear in the new brake pads and everything like that. And we're gonna see how it feels. Let's go.
Sir, you need to open the door.
My bad, my bad. I hope we did this right, because this is brakes, bro. This is our life. This is our safety right here.
You better not be putting it at risk. Holy. This thing is awesome. Oh my
Man,
god.
they feel great. All right, I'm gonna slam it. Ready? Woo! I had the ABS kick in.
My eyes just fell into my head. Oh, we're going for a drive.
Yeah, we're going for a drive. I missed second.
Jeez.
It feels so good, dude. Wow, they feel awesome. I'm really gonna slam it right now. You ready? Ready?
Oh, shit, wait.
I'm really gonna slam it.
That's awesome.
Shit. Wow, it feels awesome.
My mom has a Kia Stinger, and the brakes on that, whenever I drive it, I barely push it down. The car goes like this.
Yeah. Oh, dude, my fucking
It's crazy.
the stock G35 brake booster does really well with these brakes. Ready for this, bro? It's gonna get loud.
What was that?
I'm back, bitch.
Well, that was my preference.
For real?
Yeah. Bumps.
Ready? Oh my god, dude, it feels amazing right now.
Oh, the glare is so bad.
Yeah, dude. Yo, dudes, I just went for like the craziest ride in the G35. It has not run that good in a long time. What I actually ended up doing was it was at like half a tank, and I took it over to the gas station. I filled it up with like 12 gallons. It's a 20-gallon tank, so it was probably less than half a gallon, but it was reading like more than half a gallon, which is weird. I don't know. I went ahead and cleaned up the sensor, so hopefully it'll read a little bit better now. But I filled it up with 12 gallons of new E85. I came home, I siphoned out 5 gallons of that fill up because it mixed up with the other gas that was sitting in there that was making the car kind of jerk and not run right. And then I had another 5-gallon tank with fresh gas, and I put that back in there. So I'm just trying to flush out the gas as much as I can with some new E85 to make the car run better, and this way I can drive it up to Tampa without any issues. And taking it on a ride just now was incredible. Like with the brakes and everything else, it's crazy. It feels like my old G35 again, like before the crash and everything like that, when I had all the suspension done and everything. But now it's even better. Like we got E85, we got cams, we got the fuel pump, the GTR injectors, and we have the whole rear suspension done, and pretty much the front suspension too. So I'm super stoked on it. The brakes look so sick in the wheel right now. Like that blue, you can barely, it's so subtle, like you can't even see it, but like when you get a good eye on it, you can see that big rotor and you can see that big caliper just staring at you. It's pretty dope. And I'm glad that we actually got the right rotors for the rear. The G37 rotors are the perfect rotors because our e-brake actually works now. You want to say anything to the G35 family, you Subi guy?
I love these cars. I'm just saying. I wanted one before I got my car.
Yeah, bro. Yo, it's so funny. He was I was just driving down the street one day in the in the G35,
and my dad saw him.
Yeah, like his dad was like, "Yo," but did he watch the video before, or did he know from you watching a video?
None.
Like, how did
he just saw your car and he's like, "Oh, my son loves this car."
Because because you were talking about it.
Wanted this car.
Oh, okay. And I think he made a comment or reached out somewhere. But then you reached out to me, and then you were like, "Yo, dude, you live in my neighbor, or you live nearby. Like that's crazy." So yeah, go follow him. He's got some other mods and everything coming on the Subaru. Pretty dope build.
Flames soon.
Flames soon. Anyway, guys, if you guys like this video, make sure you smash that like button. If you guys haven't, you guys want to support the build, you guys want to support me over here, head over to DoubleASupply.com. We got a bunch of G35 merch for you guys if you guys want to pick it up. Some jet tags and some t-shirts and hoodies and everything. I'm actually gonna hook him up right now with a nice little t-shirt. You know what? Let me go grab that right now. Yo, this man is getting blessed right now. Yo, I got you that medium t-shirt.
Thank you, sir.
No problem, dude. Yo, those stickers. I mean, you don't have to put it on the car or whatever, but I want to see you rocking them stickers, my man.
I will for sure.
And then we got them G35 air fresheners for the Subi. You already know. You already know. I know. Look at me like, what the heck? Look at like, what is that doing in there, bro?
Thank you.
No problem, dude. Hey, appreciate it, my man.
Of course.
Oh, what you got, bro?
Content.
Oh, content? Corona? Virus? Whoa. All right, guys. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next video. Stay tuned. We got some super exciting stuff coming in the next video. So catch you guys in the next one. Take it easy.